Hello everyone. Now today we will discuss the new topic from our unit number 2, that is a concept hierarchy. Already we have see the concept of this concept hierarchy in our unit number 1 in data discretization as well as in data reduction. With that we are also covered this topic in the schema that we have seen in last video lecture. Now we are going in detail of this concept hierarchy, which are the different hierarchy we are having with this concept hierarchy that we are going to see today. So let's start with a concept hierarchy introduction. What is that? This hierarchy is defined as a sequence of a mapping from set of low level concepts to the high level concept, or you can say the more general concept. So whenever the term comes generalization, so in that case what we are doing, we are making that particular attribute as a more generalized. Generalized means you are going from your low level description towards the high level description. For example, I can say whenever I am giving my address with the street, so I can represent that street address with your state address. So in this way, from street to state, we are going from low level to high level. In this way we are generalizing the term street to the state, or we can generalize that street to the town. So this is called as a concept hierarchy, where you are going from low level to high level. So either you can step down that concept hierarchy, or you can going from bottom to up. So in this way we can make the use of this concept hierarchy. So many concept hierarchies are implicit with the database schema. So we have seen the different schema in last lecture, right? Star schema, then snowflake schema, and the fact constellation schema. So all schema we have seen in the last lecture. And what we have seen in a star schema, whenever we are using that star schema, what we are doing over there, we are using this concept hierarchy over there in the star schema. What the use of this concept hierarchy in that star schema? We are again representing that data in that star schema or that model from that hierarchy, that concept hierarchy. We are representing the data. So what we are doing in that? We are moving towards the more generalized term. We are moving towards the more generalized term by using that concept hierarchy, right? With that we have also seen that in concept hierarchy schema in the fact constellation schema. In that we are designing the multiple facts also, right? Multiple fact tables also, and for that purpose we are using that fact that concept hierarchy over there. So concept hierarchy that are common to many applications may be predefined in the data mining system. Such a concept hierarchy hierarchies for a time means we are having the predefined concept hierarchy for a data mining system that we can use. For example, we are having a concept hierarchy of a time, so that is predefined concept hierarchy which we can use, right? Then concept hierarchy may also be defined by grouping values for a given dimension or an attribute resulting in a set of grouping hierarchy. So up till now we have only seen the concept hierarchy and for that street, city, location, line, but again we are having a different type of representation of that attributes of the concept hierarchy. So we can have a grouping of that values. This is one technique, or either you can have a attribute that are nothing but a set of groups. So these are different types that we are going to see today in this concept hierarchy lectures. And now this concept hierarchy may provide a manually by the system user, means you can provide that manually also by using system users or domain experts or knowledge engineers. Means this concept hierarchy can be provided by the people like a system user, domain experts and knowledge engineers. That is why we are providing, or we can say that these are provided as a manually, because the peoples can give this concept hierarchy. Okay, so this is all the introduction regarding the concept hierarchy. We will see the this example we have already seen before this lecture. So what it says, a location concept hierarchy we are having over here. With that, all is nothing but a location all. Then we can divide that location in terms of country, then country can be divided in terms of a state, and then state can be divided in terms of city, right. So, this is what we are dividing our data from high level to the low level. So, whenever we are going from low level to high level, so how we can represent? A street can be represented by city, city can be represented by state, state can be represented by country. So, in this way we can move from street to city, city to state, state to country. So, you can either go from a low level to the high level or from high level to the low level. So, this is what the basic example of concept hierarchy. Here we are representing the hierarchy of the concept like a location. Okay. Now, we are going to see the different example of this hierarchy with their different types. So, which are different types we are having? Concept hierarchy we are using for the data reduction. Whenever we are representing a street by its city or its country, so we are reducing the data over there, right. So, it is one of the technique of data reduction as well as the data discretization. So, this data concept hierarchy reduce the data in data reduction by collecting or replacing low level data with high level data. So, here example is given that suppose numeric values we are having for a symbol age, right. So, how you are going to represent that age with the higher level? So, the age can be represented as a young or a middle age or a senior. So, this is what the replacement of your low level concept with a high level concept. So, age can be categorized like a young, middle or a senior. So, in this way we can reduce our data by using this concept hierarchy. So, this concept hierarchy is explaining the sequence of mapping from set of low level concept to high level increasingly unstipulated concept. So, which are different type of concept hierarchy we are given with, that is schema hierarchy, set grouping hierarchy, operation derived hierarchy and rule based hierarchy. So, these are 4 different types of concept hierarchy that we are going to see today. So, let us start with our first hierarchy, that is called as a concept, that is a schema hierarchy. So, what the word says, schema hierarchy. So, this schema hierarchy is total or a particular order among the total or a partial order among the symbol in the database schema. So, we have seen the three different schemas like a star, snowflake and the fact constellation schema. So, here we are using this schema hierarchy. This hierarchy may formally express the semantic relation between the attribute. So, what it is going to be show? It is going to be show a relationship between the different attributes. So, schema hierarchy for a relation for address containing the attribute like a street, city, state, country. So, we have seen the example of this that schema hierarchy, the concept hierarchy of a location where we are representing the street, city, state and country. So, this schema hierarchy of a relation that containing the attributes street, then then a state and the country. So, how it is going to be show that? Here it is given as a house number, then we are going towards the street, then city, then state and then country. So, in this way we can moving from a house number to the country. So, in this example the house number is an conceptually low level than a street, which is also at low level than city, which is also at a low level than a state, which is also a low level than the country. So, in this way in this example we are conceptually representing that data from low level to higher level. So, this is called as a schema hierarchy where we are moving from low level to higher level. Then what is the set grouping hierarchy? In that we are organizing the values of that particular given symbol, or you can say attribute, into the different groups or a set of range of values. So, either you can convert them into the groups or a set of range values. So, total or a partial order can be specified among the groups. So, we are making as a total or partial order of that groups, and we are using to refine our data with that schema defined hierarchy. So, how? Here is one example how we are grouping that hierarchy for a age. So, age can be grouped as a young, middle age or a senior. So, how we are going to divide that young and that middle age and the senior? By giving some range. So, what are the ranges over here? 20 to 29 is the young age, then 40 to 59 is the middle age, and then 60 to 89 is senior age. So, in this way we are grouping our data like young, middle and senior, and again that groups are divided with the ranges like 20 to 29, 40 to 59 and 60 to 89. So, in this way we are converting a data into the different parts or a different groups or ranges. So, here we can see that all ages, right, all ages are divided as a young, middle aged and senior. These youngs are the groups under to 20, 29, then middle age are nothing but in between 40 to 59, senior is in between to 60 to 89. So, in this way we have maintained a hierarchy over here, and that hierarchy are showing a set of grouping. That is why it is called as a set grouping hierarchy, where we are define a different sets like a young, middle age and senior with a different ranges like a 20 to 29, 40 to 59 likewise. So, this is called as a set grouping hierarchy, which is a one type of concept hierarchy. With that, again we are having a operation derived hierarchy. What is this hierarchy says? An operation derived hierarchy is based on the operations specified by the users. That operations are specified either by the user experts or by the mining system. So, this operations can be given, that is manually by the user, or it can be given by a system. Operation can be including like a decoding of that information, encoding or extracting of any data from a cluster. So, these are nothing but a different operation. So, which operations come under this operation derived hierarchy? That is decoding or encoding of that data or extracting the information from data. The example is given as an email ID or any site, right. So, that site can be decoded, right. So, what the hierarchy says, what is the username, then which kind of department, then which university. In this way we are having a different derived data here in this derived hierarchy, right. So, the instantaneous of this hierarchy are username, department, university likewise. So, here in this example you can see here this is what the username, then from this you are come to know it is an educational website, right. It is the educational site or this educational email ID with country is given as a USA university. So, in this way you will come to know the different derived hierarchy are maintained over here, and we can have different operations on this like a decoding and the encoding, or you can extract some information from that given ID also, right. So, this is called as a operation derived hierarchy. Here you are giving a domain specified knowledge over here, right. With that, the last one is nothing but a rule based hierarchy. What this rule based hierarchy says? A rule based hierarchy, either a whole concept hierarchy or a portion of it is specified by the set of rules, or it is evaluated dynamically based on the current data or definition. Means we are applying some set of rules or some to the portion of that hierarchy, or you can adopt that whole concept of concept hierarchy and then you can apply the set of rules over there. So, by using that set of rules you gain some knowledge from there, or you will apply some definition on that current data, and then you come to know some specific conclusion, right. So, here example is given that hierarchy of profit margin, right. Profit margin hierarchy on an item is given. So, in that you will come to know that level 1 is showing that the profit margin is low, right, low level or a low profit margin. Then the level 0 is saying that all prices, all the things if your price cost is less than $50. So, means from this level you are moving towards this level 1. So from this level 0 we are moving towards level 1, means from the price cost is less than $50, then you are moving towards the low profit margin. Then another example, here the level 1 is showing that medium profit margin you are having. With that, level 0 is showing that if your price cost is greater than $50 or your price cost is less than or equal to 250, means what? Whenever your price cost is between 50 to 250, then your profit margin is medium. So this medium profit margin is having at a level 1. And what at the level when your price cost is greater than 250, if your price cost is greater than 250, then you are having the high profit margin. So in this way, this profit margin is at the top level, which is divided like a low profit margin, medium profit margin and the high profit margin. With that, this low profit margin you can say whenever your price cost is less than $50. Medium profit margin is divided when your price cost is in between $50 to $250, and when you can say that the profit margin is a high profit whenever the price cost is greater than 250. So in this way we can apply some rule over here. So we have applied some rule, right? Some rule, set of rules we have applied, some definition we have applied to create such a hierarchy. So in this way we are creating hierarchy from level 1 to level 0, right? So this is our nothing but a rule based hierarchy. So this concept we have seen over here. So here we are finishing with a concept hierarchy topic today, and today we are going to stop over here. Thank you all of you.